Hey guys, Narc Armor here, back with another one. Guys, I was thinking the other day, a lot of us chosen ones were targeted by the narcissist. The narcissist wanted what they knew they could more easily extract from someone who's caring, compassionate, genuine, and really pretty all around solid person. We're really referenced and referred to as chosen ones because we're a lot different than most people. We operate from a state of integrity. We stay there. We're loyal, right? We really focus on trying to do the right thing most, if not all the time, right? There's always going to be limitations in things in life. But that's what we try to do. And the narcissist, knowing this, when they were looking for someone like you, or they, as they do, had essentially destroyed their prior situationship and were naturally doing what they naturally do, and that is move on to the next victim, host, in their parasitic ways, right? So they were looking for someone with certain specific traits and characteristics to exploit and to take advantage of and manipulate. And eventually, if all things were going according to plan from the narcissist's point of view, control. Right? And devalue and discard, cheat, lie, steal, all of the sort of textbook, playbook activities that you're going to find in the context of a narcissist and how they move and operate. Okay? So, the thing about it, though, guys, as far as being a chosen one, that you have to remember is that you are, in fact, more powerful than the narcissist. Because you have a level of understanding and perspective and really a no-quit type of attitude to things, you are going to inherently be able to move and get yourself out of a sticky situation, a bad situation, a bad toxic relationship, or removal of toxic family members, right? And you're going to be able to do it because God gave you that discernment, and God gives you the strength that you need to be able to really kind of get away from these people, right? And start to kind of understand how what they did impacted you, in what way it impacted you, and in what way to work on your boundaries and defense systems to be able to never accept nor tolerate that type of treatment or disrespect and disloyalty from somebody that you poured yourself into, right? With the intention of doing the right thing, only to be steamrolled and taken advantage of. And that strength, when you're at your lowest, when you're at the realization that this has to end, and it has to end before it ends you, chosen ones, that is the strength that God gives to each and every one of his chosen to be able to navigate the storms and tough waters that lie ahead as you're going through. And you guys have heard me talk about when we unpack the past and reflect on the things that the narcissist did to us and the things that impacted us in an adverse way. And you have to realize that there is a light at the end of this tunnel, and there are learnings and growth that come out of this that will impact you and transform how you live forever and ever and ever. Okay? And that impact, who you let into your life, what role they play, you know, all of those things are such that you can really get to where you need to be, because the narcissist was holding you back. The toxicity in the emotional abuse, and in some cases, in the more adverse cases, the physical abuse that held you back and held you down, God's given you the power to get over that. And to never accept that nonsense ever again, guys. And to be able to really discern and see the red flags for what they are. Instead of just going, boy, that was kind of weird, or, hey, why did they say that? Or, gosh, that was strange. I wasn't really anticipating them to act that way. All the while, what we may not have known was that they were, in effect, pushing and pulling and pushing and pulling on those boundaries. And wanting to see, what do you accept? What do you forego? What do you not even realize is going on? Trust and believe they were laughing at you. And if this kind of gets you fired up, good. It should. Because the reality is, they were laughing. They were mocking. They were slandering you. They were smear campaigning you to anybody who would listen. Anybody who would listen. They were also trying to validate in their sick and twisted minds how the evil that they were getting away with on your time and your dime, how that they sought justification in that. And I mean, I don't think it gets any more sick and twisted. And you guys have heard me say this before, I'll say it again. Somebody who is getting enjoyment out of other people's, you know, demise or sufferings, they're not right. I mean, they're basically criminal, right? They're basically criminals, especially the covert narcissists. So the power of the chosen one will not only get you out of the storm and through into safe passage, it's going to give you a level of understanding that you never had before. It's going to give you a level of perspective on what you missed. It's going to help you make sure that what happened only happens once. And it happens and it strengthens you in a way that you probably would have never been, you know, strengthened. And I think it's also one of the things I've come to the realization of is that I think God does that because he knows that you're chosen. And being chosen means that you're going to look for the good in things and in people and circumstances. But the reality is, you're not going to have the level of discernment and narc armor to armor up your boundaries unless you go through it. as painful as it is, with the lesson being truly that, a lesson, it's what we have to kind of reflect on and promise and commit to ourselves, that we not only never go back, but we also understand that we can't ever allow ourselves to be involved with these types of people and find ourselves in any sort of repeat scenario or situationship, right? And if it's family, you know, chances are they're not going to change. I mean, the percentage of change in narcissists and narcissism is slim to none. So you kind of have to also figure, well, can I just, really just do without these people in your life? And if you find peace in it, God wants the chosen ones to be in peace and in harmony with themselves and with people who value them for who they are and for what they bring and contribute to this world. So guys, if this message found you and it resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. This is really intended to help the chosen ones understand that you can overcome the narcissistic abuse and you can live a way better life than you ever did with that narcissist in it. Take care, and as always, armor up. Until next time, take care.